I'm already late, not fashionably late, just late, the type that gets you killed in the city or, even worse, yelled at by Marco, my manager who believes he is the Beyoncé of strip club management. My feet pound on the wet pavement as I sprint toward Velvet Haven, still wearing half of my hospital scrubs under my hoodie. My bones ache, my bra strap is digging into my shoulder, and my brain is screaming something like, "Congratulations, Amara. You finished a 12-hour hospital shift only to come rub your butt on a pole. Truly living the dream." By the time I shove through the glittering double doors, the bass is shaking the floor like it's angry at me personally. Neon lights stain my skin red and blue, and the smell of perfume, sweat, and expensive sin floods my nose. And then, "Raven!" Marco's voice slices through the hallway like he files his tongue for sharpness. "You're late. Again. Do you hate money? Do you hate me? Do you hate life?" "Yes," I wheeze, dropping my bag, "to all three." He glares at me, his perfectly waxed eyebrows forming a dramatic arch. "You are the main performance tonight. Do you know what that means? That your blood pressure is about to go up. Oh my God." He presses his fingers to his temples. "Amara. No. Raven. Listen. The mayor's son is here. The Dante brothers are here. Half the billionaires in the state are here, and you," he gestures to my entire existence, "are strolling in like you came to borrow sugar." I roll my eyes because if I open my mouth, I'll cry, and I refuse to sob in front of a man wearing glitter loafers. "Get inside," he snaps. 10 minutes. I hurry to the dressing room. The moment the door shuts, my spine crumbles. My makeup is smudged from sweating at the hospital. My hands shake from exhaustion. My heart aches more than both. I sit in front of the vanity and breathe. Then I whisper, barely audible, "This is for you, Mama." The mirror blurs. I blink hard, because if I start thinking, really thinking, about med school bills, about the eviction notice taped to our door last month, about Mama's voice fading the last time I left her in the hospital bed, I'll fall apart. So I do what I always do. I paint Raven on top of Amara, the lashes, the smoky shadow, the ruby lipstick, the glitter oil on my skin, the Raven hair, long, black, wavy, a perfect mask for a perfect lie. My heels click in rapid little heartbeats as I walk toward the stage entrance. My pulse is a warning drum. Just as I reach the curtain, a flashback slams into me, uninvited and irritating, something that had happened this morning in the hospital. "Doctor, what exactly is the problem?" I ask, flipping through the chart. Nikolai Dante lounges on the exam bed like he owns it, which he probably does because his family owns half the city, including the building we're standing in. "Erectile dysfunction," he says proudly, like he's announcing a Nobel Prize. He watches my reaction like, "It's not erectile dysfunction," I snap. "It's stress. You're a Mafia don. Your job description is professional stress magnet." His lips twitch like he is enjoying my anger. "Maybe you should sleep with me to fix it." I choke on air. "Excuse me? My men say your bedside manner is very effective. And my foot is effective in teeth," I snarl, slamming the chart shut. His laugh follows me out the door. Infuriating, rich, powerful idiot. I shove the memory aside. I have a stage to survive. The house lights fall. Darkness swallows everything. The red lights rise like molten lava. And just like that, Raven takes her first breath of the night. The music throbs through my bones as I step onto the stage. The crowd roars. The pole gleams. My body moves, almost on instinct. But tonight feels wrong. My hands tremble. My breath stutters. And then I feel it. That prickling heat. That crawling awareness. The kind that wraps around your spine like a hand. I look up. Nikolai Dante is in the front row. Oh no. Of course he is. Because my life is a cosmic joke and the universe has a personal vendetta. His eyes lock onto mine instantly. No smirk. No swagger. None of the cocky dominance from this morning. Just shock. Recognition. Possibly judgment. Maybe murder. Great. I love this for me. I hate him. I whisper inside my skull. I grip the pole tighter, sliding down with practiced seduction, but my knees threaten to buckle. His gaze follows every inch like a touch I didn't consent to. He leans forward, forearms on his thighs, jaw clenched so tight I swear the air vibrates around him. I try to look away, but I'm tethered. His eyes say, "I know you," Mine say, please, don't. My heart slams against my ribs so loud. I turn, arch, dance, trying to be Raven, not the med school dropout with debt trauma and a Mafia client staring at her half naked. But every time I swivel my hips, his eyes darken, not with lust, but with something heavier. Something like, why the hell are you here? I flip my hair over my shoulder and give a small smirk, even though inside I'm shrieking. His jaw ticks. Good. Choke on it. The crowd cheers, but all I hear is my heartbeat and the echo of his gaze on my skin. The song ends with a slow, seductive slide to my knees. My palms land on the stage. My chest rises and falls. I lift my eyes. He's still staring. I stand, bow, and step off stage as Raven fades and Amara slams back into me like a truck. Behind me, the audience erupts. I walk back with sweaty palm. The applause is still ringing in my ears when Marco grabs my arm, a cigar in his hands. Raven, baby, the VIP wants to see you. I already know who it is. Of course it's him. Because the universe doesn't bother with subtlety, just humiliation. I'm off duty, I mutter, trying to slip past him. Marco blocks me. Sweetheart, when Nikolai Dante requests a dancer, you go, unless you want to retire tonight. I bite down hard on the inside of my cheek. The taste of blood. The taste of pride collapsing. Fine, I hiss, snatching my robe. I push through the beaded curtain into the VIP corridor. Dim, smoky, soaked in money. That smell of cigar and cologne. Men who think they own the world. And then, him. Nikolai stands with his hands in his pockets, leaning against the wall like sin in human form. No smirk this time. No lazy arrogance. Just those cold blue eyes that pinned me on stage like a butterfly on a board. I stop several feet away, arms crossed, hostile. You requested me? I ask, voice ice. He doesn't move. Doesn't blink. He just studies me slowly, like he's memorizing my face. Take off the mask, doctor, he murmurs. My heart race. I don't know what you're talking about. I lie. Yes, you do. The silence stretches, thick and dangerous. Say whatever you came to say, I snap. I have a life to get back to. One corner of his mouth lifts. Not a smirk, something sharper. Is that what you call this? Don't judge me. Oh, I'm not judging you. His eyes drag over me. I'm fascinated. My heart stumbles. Absolutely not. We are not doing this. I lift my chin, shoulders squared. What do you want, Nikolai? His gaze holds me in place. One night. I raise an eyebrows, anger flowing within my veins. Excuse me? I ask, raising an eyebrow. He doesn't move, just smile. One night, Raven, or should I say, Dr. Amara. I want you for just one night, then we can go back and act like this never happened. My breath catches, but I hide it well. What the hell? Who does he think he is to trade me like I am some sex worker? I am a striper, for crying out loud, not a sex worker. But I also know that it is true. That he could have me because he has the power, and that annoy the hell out of me. You're disgusting. You told me that this morning, he says calmly, but I still need an answer. No. Simple, firm, absolute. He steps closer, only an inch, but my body reacts like he pressed a hand to my spine. I'll make it worth your while. I said no. You're shaking. It's called anger. He leans in, just a breath away. No, doctor. That's fear. And something else. My pulse spikes. My hands tremble. I shove him back. Hard. Don't analyze me. His eyes flicker. I wasn't trying to. Yes, you were. You always are. It's creepy. You came when I called, he says softly. So clearly not creepy enough. I grit my teeth. You think you own the world because you have money? No, he says. I think I own it because people like you walk into my life at the worst possible moment. I blink. What? He exhales. A heavy, worn sound. Just, don't say no yet. My phone buzzes. I check the screen. Hospital billing debt. Urgent reminder. NS7 $12,000 is now overdue. Immediate action required. My stomach drops through my feet. Mama. Her medicine. Her dialysis. I stare at the glowing screen until my vision blurs. When I look up, he's watching me. Sharp. Perceptive. Too perceptive. What happened? He asks. None of your business, I say, but my voice cracks. His gaze softens, only for a second, but I catch it. Come with me, he says, just tonight. I swallow. You said that no. He steps closer again. This time slowly, carefully. Like I'm a wounded thing he's afraid to scare off. I want your time, he says. Not your body. Why? A muscle in his jaw twitches. He looks away, for the first time since I met him. Because I haven't slept in 27 hours, he says, and for some reason, the sound of your voice is the only thing that shut my brain up this morning. My chest tightens, I raise an eyebrow. This man got to be kidding me. He clears his throat, his voice soften. Say yes. I should walk away. I should slap him. I should scream. But Mama, she needs drugs. Yes, I whisper. Something flickers in him. Victory, relief, hunger. For me. He holds out a hand. Come. I don't take it, but I follow. The leather seats swallow me. The city blurs outside the tinted windows. He watches me more than the road. Stop staring, I mutter. You changed your hair, he says. It's a wig. He tilts his head. You look different without the stage lights. Less naked? More real. I roll my eyes. Try harder. His lips twitch. I don't try with anyone. I shoot back. Explains the erectile problem. He chokes on air. I smirk. Victorious. Touché, he says quietly. We drive in silence for a while, except it's not peaceful. It's charged. When we reach his penthouse, he doesn't touch me. Doesn't even graze my arm. He just gestures toward the couch. Sit. I fold my arms. I'm not your puppy. Then pick a chair. Fine. I sit. He sits across from me, elbows on knees, eyes like storm clouds. What do you want to talk about? I ask. You, he says instantly. That catches me off guard. You don't know me. I'm trying to, and I would if you let me know you. I glare at him, even though something within me pleads with me to give in. I roll my eyes. Fine, ask whatever you want. He remains silent, and just when I thought he won't say a word, he asks, why medicine? Because I can save life, and it's something I have always admired. He nods. And I am sure you got the brains for it. Of course I do. If I don't, you would have not seen me in the hospital today. He remains silent before asking, can I ask you about the club incidents? I shake my head almost immediately. No. He nods, and instead of pressing further, asks questions like, what do you hate the most? What scares you? What makes you stay alive? I should be stone, cold, untouchable. Instead, I find myself answering, not fully, not honestly, but more than I should. Hours pass, he never touches me, not once, but somehow his presence feels closer than skin. At 4 a.m. he stands. I'll take you home. A gesture that surprised me. When we reach my street, he stops the car. I turn to leave. Amara, he calls out softly. I freeze. He holds out a black envelope. Fat, heavy, money. For your time, he says, voice low, almost gentle. I didn't do anything. You talked, he says. That's more than anyone's given me in years. My chest softens. I don't want your pity. It's not pity. Then what is it? He hesitates. I don't know, he admits. And somehow, that honesty is worse. I take the envelope because I need it. I hate myself a little for it. But when I step out of the car, the night air feels off, wrong. A black SUV sits across from my building, engine running, windows tinted, watching. I turn back to Nikolai, but he's already pulling away. The SUV doesn't move. A chill runs through my bones. Someone is following me. Someone who saw Raven. Someone who knows. And suddenly, my life feels like a match dropped into gasoline. I wake up to my phone exploding with calls. 3 nurses, 2 neighbors, and 1 message that punches the oxygen out of my lungs. Mama collapsed. Rush to ER. Come now. The world goes blurry. I don't remember grabbing clothes. I don't remember how I got outside. I barely remember breathing. I run. By the time I reach the hospital, my chest feels like it's being squeezed by a fist the size of the city. I shove through the emergency doors shaking, palms sweaty, stomach twisted. Where's my mother? I demand. The nurse points down the hallway with sympathetic eyes. I sprint. I burst into the room and freeze, machines everywhere, monitors screaming. She looks pale, tubes snaking around her like vines. My knees weaken. Not now, not her. Not when everything is just starting to hold by a thread. I grab her hand. It's cold. Too cold. Mama, please. My voice cracks open like glass. A doctor rushes in. She had a respiratory collapse. We're stabilizing her, but her kidneys. Don't sugarcoat it. I whisper. Tell me. She needs urgent intervention, dialysis, possibly surgery. My heart sinks. Cost? He hesitates, which is never a good sign. I swallow. Tell me. And 2.8 million up front. My vision blurs. The world tilts. Before I can speak, a cold voice cuts through the air like a blade. Put it on my account. My spine stiffens. No. Not now. Not him. I turn slowly. Nikolai Dante stands in the doorway, jaw tight, eyes darker than I've ever seen them. He's still in the same black suit from last night, hair disheveled, tie loose like he came straight here without stopping. Or sleeping. What the hell are you doing here? I whisper. He walks toward me with slow, lethal steps. Why didn't you call me? I didn't know I was supposed to. His eyes harden. You are. From now on. Excuse me? He gestures to the doctor. Start everything. Immediately. The doctor hesitates. Sir, it's a very large... I didn't ask for a sermon. Nikolai snaps. Do it. The doctor scrambles away. I stare at him, shaking. You can't just pay everything. Not without asking me. I just did. That's the problem. He steps closer, voice low, dangerous. Your mother was dying. So you just swoop in? Like some goddamn savior? If that's the role available, I'll take it. I flinch. His jaw tightens. Amara, you needed help. And how do you know what I need? Because you won't let anyone in, he fires back. You'd rather drown quietly than call my name. I don't belong to you. You should, he murmurs, running his hands through his hair. God knows I'm acting like you do. My breath stutters. His hand lifts. Not to touch me, but to wipe a tear I didn't know had fallen. You're trembling, he says softly. I swallow. I don't need your money. You need your mother alive. That shuts me up. He straightens, eyes scanning the machines, the tubes, my shaking hands. Then coldly, he orders, you're quitting the club. My heart leaps. Excuse me? You heard me? No, I say immediately. I'm not quitting. You're done stripping. You don't get to decide that. Someone has to. Not you. He steps closer. I'm not letting men stare at you again. I scoff. That's not your call. It is, he says, voice dangerously soft. If I'm paying the bills. My eyes sting. There it is. The power difference. The class war. The invisible leash. I see. I whisper. So this is the price? My dignity for your charity? His face falls, briefly, painfully, before he masks it. That's not what I meant. But that's what it is. The door opens suddenly. A nurse rushes in. Family only. Nikolai glares. I am family. I grab his arm. No, you're not. It hits him like a slap. For a second. Just one. He looks wounded. Then he steps back. I'll be outside. He leaves. The moment he's gone, my chest shatters. Because the worst part was the tiny, shameful part of me that wanted his arms, his comfort, his certainty. I push it down. Later that night, outside the ER, I step out after Mama stabilizes a little. Nikolai is leaning against the wall with his head tilted up, eyes closed, breathing unevenly. He looks tired. More human than I've ever seen him. He opens his eyes the moment he hears me. Amara. I don't speak. He studies me carefully. Too carefully. You're not quitting, he says softly. Not a question. A diagnosis. No, I whisper. Why? Because I need to stand on my own feet. You're breaking, he murmurs. Then let me break on my own terms. He swallows hard. His fingers twitch, like he's fighting the urge to touch me. You're infuriating. You're controlling. You push everyone away. You pull too hard. His eye twitches. He sighs, stepping closer until his breath brushes my forehead. I'm trying, he whispers. So am I. But we're failing in the worst, most beautiful way. Back at the club. Same night, I return to collect my things. Dancers whisper the moment I enter. Raven's in trouble. 2 men came asking for her. They looked dangerous. Mafia dangerous. That's Dante's world. She's dead if she isn't careful. One dancer, Zara, grabs my wrist. Raven, babe, listen. Someone is looking for you. Someone bad. Not one of the big guys. Someone darker. My stomach drops cold. Did they say a name? No. Zara's eyes widen. But they said you won't be a problem soon. My breath freezes. Who the hell? Why? How? I leave quickly, heart pounding. Back at the hospital. Early morning, I push open the ER door and stop abruptly. A woman sits beside my mum. Tall. Elegant. Wearing a red dress that costs more than my annual salary. She smells like wealth and cruelty. She's leaning against the wall, perfectly manicured fingers scrolling through her phone like she owns the building. She looks up, eyes cold. You must be her. She smiles without warmth. The stripper. I stiffen. Excuse me? Well, what else should I call you? She asks sweetly, venom dripping from every syllable. He certainly won't introduce you as his girlfriend. My throat tightens painfully. I don't know what you're implying. Oh, come on, she steps closer. I'm talking about Dante, my ex, who always come crawling to me when he is done with his new obsession. Do you really think he'll marry you? You? A girl who dances for dollar bills? She asks. She leans in, whispering. He will never marry a stripper. You're temporary. A distraction. Nothing more. The words slice straight through my ribs. I force my face neutral, cold, controlled, unshaken, but inside something breaks. Loudly. Is that all? I ask calmly. Her smile widens. You're cute when you pretend to be strong. She turns and walks away, heels clicking like gunshots. Dante walked in few minutes later, looking so tattery like he did not have time to get well dressed before he came here. He stops at the entrance of the door, his eyes scanning mine. What wrong? He ack. I shrug softly. I'm fine. That's what I tell him. That's what I always tell him when my world is falling apart like a badly glued wig. Except Nikolai Volkov looks at me like he can smell lies the way wolves smell blood. He hums. A low, annoyed, unbelieving sound. Lovely. My lie has offended the king. You're shaking, he says. It's cold. It's 29 degrees. Then I'm doing dramatic shivering. Leave me alone. His jaw flexes. God. Why does a man's jaw clenching have to be attractive? He drives. Quiet. Focused. Every muscle coiled like he's fighting the urge to grab me by the chin and force the truth out of my mouth. And honestly, I would break if he did. But he doesn't touch me. Not tonight. Instead, he pulls off the main road and heads toward the old district. The abandoned part of town everyone forgot existed. Nikolai, where the hell are we going? He ignores me. Are you kidnapping me? Silence. Oh my God. You are kidnapping me. At least tell me if there's Wi-Fi at the... We're here, he says. The car stops beside a crumbling building fenced off with rusted metal. My heart drops. The old city library, the one my mother used to take me to before life swallowed her whole, before bills ate us alive, before stripping became oxygen. Nikolai, I turn slowly. Why are we here? He gets out without answering. Typical. I follow him because if he is kidnapping me, I at least want to witness what kind of idiot I become at the end of it. Then he unlocks the broken fence with a new padlock. That catches my attention. You bought a padlock for an abandoned building. No, I bought the building. I blink. Hard. You... What? He walks ahead, pushing open the heavy front doors. The hinges scream, but what's inside? What's inside steals my breath. He restored it. Not everything, just a small corner. One section, but it's enough to hit me straight in the chest like a confession I'm not ready for. String lights hang overhead, warm and soft. The old reading table has been sanded, varnished, and set with 2 chairs. The shelves behind it are stocked, not with new books, but the exact titles that used to sit in this place before the city shut it down. Books I loved. Books I hid behind when life felt too big for a 12-year-old girl. My throat burns. How? I whisper. He stands behind me, close enough to feel but not touch. I asked around, he says. Found a woman who worked here. Tracked down the old inventory, bought what I could find. I laugh, and immediately choke on it. You tracked down my childhood books like they were stolen diamonds? You like reading, he says simply. You needed somewhere quiet. Somewhere quiet. Somewhere safe. Somewhere that isn't a strip club with sticky floors, broken men, and fake smiles. I press a hand against my chest because suddenly it feels too tight. Nikolai, this is... He steps closer. His breath touches the back of my neck. I know you're not fine, he murmurs. I know you're scared. I know something is eating you alive. But you don't have to pretend with me. I close my eyes. I hate him. I hate him for seeing me. I hate him for making me wish I belonged in his world. I hate him because I can feel myself falling. And falling is dangerous when the man below you has enough power to crush you with one mistake. I turn, ready to make a joke, something crude, something self-deprecating to build a wall again. But when I face him, he's looking at me like he'd burn down kingdoms for me. That's what breaks me. My vision blurs. No, don't cry, he says quickly, as if tears personally offend him. Amara. I'm not crying, I bark, voice cracking. He lifts a finger, slowly, giving me time to pull away. I don't. He wipes the tear that betrayed me, and I crumble. Just collapse forward, fists grabbing his shirt, face pressed into his chest while silent sobs shake me like a storm I've been denying for too long. He doesn't speak. He just holds me, gentle, careful, terrifyingly soft, like I'm not the girl who dances for strangers, like I'm something precious. And that is the moment, right there, in his arms, surrounded by my resurrected memories, that I know. I am falling in love with Nikolai Volkov. God help me, because love has never saved me. Love has only ever been a warning sign. I don't sleep. Not even when he drives me home and tells me to rest. His voice had a softness I'm not supposed to hear from him. A softness meant for someone like Alara, rich, tall, elegant, cruel, someone who fits beside him, someone who isn't me. At 3 a.m., I sit at my tiny kitchen table with a cheap pen and the back of a receipt because paper is a luxury my life doesn't understand. I start writing, not a love letter, a goodbye. Nikolai, I don't belong in your world. You need someone who isn't me. Someone who won't embarrass you. Someone who doesn't come with broken pieces you'll eventually cut yourself on. Thank you for the library. It was the kindest thing anyone has ever done for me. But kindness doesn't erase reality, and the reality is, I will never be enough for you. Amara. I stare at the words. Ugly, honest, bleeding, just like me. I fold it, place it on my pillow, pack one small bag. Guess his RD was right. By 5 a.m., the sky is still dark when I slip out of the apartment. Silent, invisible, but I walk anyway, because staying would destroy me, and leaving might save him. Across the city, in a penthouse high above the world, Nikolai wakes, reaches for his phone, pauses when he sees a notification from one of his men. Something urgent, something about movement near a Mars building. Before he can read it, his phone rings. His driver. Nikolai. She's gone. Silence. Cold. Heavy. Ancient. What do you mean gone? His voice is ice. She left. Before sunrise. A beat. Then, Nikolai's chair crashes to the floor. His world tilts. His pulse spikes with a rage he hasn't felt since childhood. She left without a word. The driver repeats, but she didn't. Her letter arrives moments later. He reads it. Once, twice, 3 times. By the 4th, the paper is trembling in his grip. Not from his hands, from the storm waking inside him. I love you, he whispers to no one, realizing it only now, realizing it too late. He slams a fist into the wall. Marble cracks like bone. She thinks she's not enough for me, he says, voice low, deadly. His men watch from a distance. No one breathes. No, he growls. She's the only thing that has ever been enough. News soon reached me about how serious Nikolai was about finding me. He has organized a search team while I hid in this building. Perfect for comfort, not perfect for safety. Perfect for disappearing. Mama's test results sit unopened on the nightstand, mocking me. I shouldn't care. But I do. The moment is quiet. Too quiet. And then, the door bursts open. Nikolai, sprang up sought immediately as his eye meet mine with softness. He rushed by me, engulfing me in a tight hug. You're alive, he breathes. His voice is low, raw, barely a whisper, but it cuts through every layer of my fear. I told you I'd survive, I say, voice tight, trembling. I wish I sounded braver. He doesn't care. He moves toward me. Careful. Cautious. like I might shatter under his touch. I flinch anyway. Amara, he murmurs, holding the letter I left on my pillow. The one I wrote at 3 a.m. He reads it aloud, voice breaking, and every word slams into me like a wave. Nikolai, I don't belong in your world. You need someone who isn't me. He chokes, stops, shakes his head violently. No, Amara, no. I don't care about your world. I don't care about my world. All I care about is you. I can't speak. My chest is too tight. My fingers clutch the bedspread like it's the only thing keeping me tethered to reality. He kneels. Not dramatically, not for show. He kneels like the ground beneath him is sacred, like I am sacred. I don't care who watches, he says, voice low but full of fire. I don't care about the paparazzi, the civilians, the Mafia rivals. You are the only woman I want, the only woman I will ever want. Amara, will you? I don't even have to think. Everything I've run from, every fear, every lie, every night I spent pretending I was invincible, all collapses. Yes, I whisper. God, yes. Tears burn my eyes. My whole body shakes. He lifts me off the bed and into his arms, and then he kisses me. Not rushed, not hungry, not careless, but like he's been starving for me his entire life. Like this kiss is a promise of protection, a promise of stability, a promise of love. The kiss breaks, and we stand there, clinging to each other. I'm never letting you go, he murmurs against my hair. Not ever, not again. I bury my face into his chest. Some part of me is terrified. Terrified that this is too much, that this love, this insane, impossible love, is too much for me. But I can't stop myself. I choose him. I choose us. By morning, we're outside. The sun barely rises. Nikolai insists that I meet the world, meet the city that thinks it owns him. He doesn't care who sees. I do. I want to hide. Curl into a corner and pretend none of this exists. Pretend that a mafia king kneeling for a stripper isn't the most dangerous, humiliating, beautiful thing I've ever witnessed. But there are dozens of witnesses, civilians gawking, paparazzi snapping, mafia rivals whispering. And yet, Nikolai kneels. For me. My chest tightens. My legs tremble. I feel like I might collapse from the sheer force of what this man is willing to do. Amara, he says again, louder this time. I don't care what the city thinks. I don't care about my pride. I don't care about anything but you. Will you marry me? I can't breathe. I can't think. All I can do is nod. Tears streaming down my face. Yes, I whisper. Yes, yes, yes. The crowd erupts, shouts, cameras flashing, people yelling, but none of it touches us. He lifts me up, kisses me again, stronger, more urgent, promising. I'll protect you, he murmurs, forever. You'll never be alone again. And for the first time in my life, I believe and yet, even in this euphoria, the world doesn't rest. Somewhere in the crowd, a phone flashes, a single photograph, the same one that seems to follow me through every stage of my life. It's sent to the same unknown number, and somewhere in the shadows, a voice whispers, "She's the weakness. Remove her." My chest tightens. I glance at Nikolai. His eyes are bright with love and relief, but I see the flicker, the same darkness I felt from him before, and I know nothing is over, not for us, not for me, because loving him has painted a target on my back, and someone is already circling. I pull back slightly, resting my forehead against his shoulder. I'm scared, I whisper. You don't have to be, he says immediately, voice firm. Eyes scanning the horizon, hands gripping mine, but I'm scared anyway, scared of loving him, scared of trusting him, scared of the chaos that always seems to follow me. But more than anything, I'm terrified of how much I need him. The city is waking, the crowd is still buzzing, the camera's still flashing, and yet, in this moment, we are alone. He whispers in my ear, "You're mine, Amara, only mine, and I'll fight anyone who thinks otherwise." I can't help the laugh that escapes me, half relief, half terror, half me finally admitting I've fallen. Good, I whisper back, because I'm not going anywhere. And I mean it. Epilogue. The morning sunlight spilled across the balcony, painting the city gold, but all I could see was him, Nikolai, sitting cross-legged on the floor, coffee in one hand, and that insufferable smirk still plastered across his face. "Don't even think about judging me for my caffeine addiction," he said, voice rough and teasing. "Oh, trust me," I muttered, sliding into the chair opposite him. "I'm judging every sip, and you're still insufferable." He leaned forward, just close enough for our knees to brush, that same dangerous, intoxicating closeness that used to make my pulse spike in the club under red lights. Only now, it wasn't fear, it was comfort, it was home. "I hate you," I said, rolling my eyes. His smirk deepened, and he tilted his head like he'd been waiting for me to say that all morning. "I know, and I love it." I shook my head, laughing despite myself. "I hate that you're still me in the morning, too." I mock-punched him, and he caught my hand, holding it against his chest. My pulse did that thing it used to when he sat in the shadows of the club watching, waiting, that old fire. "You're impossible," I muttered, letting myself lean just a fraction closer. "And you love it," he whispered, and his lips brushed my forehead. The city roared below us, but up here in the golden morning light the world felt quiet, safe, like the chaos of red lights and danger and secrets had been traded for something soft, warm, and ours. I rested my head against his shoulder and sighed. "Promise me something." "Anything," he said. "Promise me you'll never stop being ridiculous or addictive." He laughed, soft and dangerous at the same time, and kissed the top of my head. "Never. But I promise to keep being yours." And for the first time in forever, I believed it. The city could wait. The world could wait. Because right here, with him, it was enough. Even the red lights wouldn't compare to this. Raven's night might be over, but this story is just beginning. If you want to see more stories like this, smash that like button, subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter, and share this with someone who loves a dangerous love story.